She's not built like a supermodel, but y'all can see that she is a queen. Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I take it every now and then. Oh, yeah. Tell me where your people from. Somewhere in Mississippi or an island. Something like that. I don't really know the words. Me in. I love your brown skin, yeah. Brown skin, you know I love you. Sweet and devotion. I can just go. I can go to NDRE songs, right? I know I have at least the first three of her CDs, and because I loved her immediately, jumped off the porch and onto that 10-speed bike. Or no, it wasn't a 10-speed, it was just like one of those bikes with big tire rims, big tires. And she began to ride through the video, her first hit single video from her first CD, NDRE. It was like 2001 or something like that. Yeah, and she's been awesome ever since. And so I refer to her as the Empress of Neo Soul because Angie Stone is the godmother of Neo Soul music. People have said that Erykah Badu is the queen of Neo Soul, so the Empress has to be NDRE. You know, like Gladys Knight is the Empress of Soul, Aretha Franklin is the queen. Yeah, so we had to have an Empress on this side. That is definitely NDRE. And I've loved NDRE forever. I love her. I've always loved it. You know why I love NDRE? Because NDRE makes music that she tells me that she loves me. As a heterosexual, masculine black man, she always makes music that tells me that she loves me. So I can't help her back. And she also makes music that tells us as black folks that she loves us. She has always made music that talked about love and us loving each other and be together. You know, the cool stuff, the stuff that makes up neo soul music. And she's always presented herself as a lady. Let me do it in my Shanae voice from Martin. As a lady. She's always presented herself as very warm, very, I think, very welcoming, charming, very feminine, very ladylike. You know? And that's what, what men like me like. Uh, her images are always above board in her music and her songs. She's just awesome. So, if there's something going on in society, and NDRE just gives just a quick Instagram post on it or a video, you know there's a problem. So, and India is no stranger to letting us know, hey y'all. And she says it in the nicest way. She's not like me and others. But she says it in the most mature, most professional, and profane or profound way. You know, we should think better. We should do better. We should carry ourselves better. And there's a way it can be done. You know, she almost alludes to higher thinking, a high level of thinking that comes through a particular spiritual awakening and particular education through reading the correct books. NDRE is effing awesome. So when she expressed her observations, people try to lie that she was talking about some boycott. No, she just expressed her observation about the behavior of the Negroes and Negresses at the BET Awards, how they stood up for this Carisha, or this young Miami character, who presents the complete opposite of what India Ari presents. She's not a lady. She's not respectable. She's not dignified. She is what someone in church would refer to as a worldly woman, a Jezebel, a woman of Bath, a Delilah, oh glory, a harlot, a strumpet, tramp. That's what she presents. That's what she said. In person as well as her music, that is Young Miami. So she put out this song that was able to resonate with the lowest chakras of the lowest segment of Black America. This song called Spin That Shit. Spin that. Where all my scamming A N-words at, where all my boosting B words at. Oh, y'all know. And so but India didn't talk like that. I'm talking like that. And all of a sudden, India Ari, a woman who literally stays out the way. Then y'all want to come up and talk about, I guess some people throw out freedom of speech. Okay, freedom of speech with consequences. That's public opinion or public scrutiny. So yeah, I enjoy freedom of speech just like everybody else. This one is because of my freedom of speech, my right to free speech. And so if there's criticism my way after I'm done with this video, it is what it is. I'm okay with it. But for you all, you know who you are, to make videos on TikTok and YouTube to attack India Ari, Lord. And listen, no, we're going, not me, but a large segment of the bottom segment of the Black community, the bottom segment, because that's not part of the Black culture I identify with. That's nigger. And all of the ratchets, all of the thugs, all of the lower thinking beings, all of the lower chakras, they are upset about her just pointing out the obvious. That is not helping. Songs like that don't help. They don't help women. They don't help women empowerment. Man, what songs like that do, even when Lil' Kim made those songs, see, we're not going to single out Young Miami. Young Miami is in a long line of hoes in hip hop and R&B. And they call it empowerment. Well, for a single man like me, I'm glad they're talking about something. A woman knows her empowerment is how much coochie she can give away. It makes it less difficult for me to get. So I don't have a problem. Hey, encourage them. It means we ain't got to buy dinner. We ain't about to do nothing. Just say, spend it. Or what their mouth do. Or throw babies. All these little dudes and these little ladies like. And they dance to it. Their own destruction. So for those of you who are saying, that ain't nothing but NDRE doing, they been making music like that. And then the men been making worse. And guess what? The men have always been checked. See Dolores Tucker and others, and Tipple Gore funk ass, Al Gore wife, who cares? But we've had people who will try to correct these men's behavior in the music. If y'all even listen to my videos, I'm always talking about what I refer to as these funk rappers. I refer to them as prostitutes, the men, as prostitutes. And one of the pimps died recently. I call him Count Dracula. His name is Clive Davis, who helps to push that stuff on because people talking about that. But if I'm attacking her, it's the record labels that put it out there. That's right. However, she made the choice to write the song, to perform it, and yet the record label told her, no, we ain't gonna put that out there. Sisters love each other and be feminine and be sweet and be beautiful. Nah, we want you to come out there that reaches the lower chakras. And then we'll put it out there and we'll distribute it for you. Here's $300,000, young lady. And she volunteered to become a prostitute. That's where a lot of these black male rappers are. They volunteer, become prostitutes for Satan. And then they want to get upset when there's rightful criticisms coming their way. Yeah, when you volunteer to be an asshole, the commentary, the criticisms come with it for free. So I'm not here to take up for this bitch because she's done some horrible things. She's one of Diddy's girls. She said she did freaky things with Diddy and then mind herself being a toilet. And she had a little podcast. I remember watching her on her podcast. She had Megan Thee Stallion on Nasty Asses on there. She's another little tramp who presents tramp and known to be a tramp. young Miami asked Megan Thee Stallion, so you like girls? And then Megan Thee like, well, okay, that those little weird gestures of approval or yes or no. And so then young Miami said in her broken South Florida voice, English, but me. And then Megan Thee Stallion like, huh? You but me? Tell you, these people are retarded. You can go look that up. Look at her old podcast and little nasty, freaky Megan Thee Stallion was on there. See what I'm saying? We have a whole generation of young women who are just whores. And hey, it is what it is, because it works great for single men out here in the clubs, men in the streets. Is you letting it be that easy to get your coochie, your cookies? Go ahead, hold it up. But don't you dare come out and be upset when women of dignity, women of class, call you out on your BS. And then you wonder, men, I hear a lot of women who are celebrating Megan Thee Stallions and Carisha or Young Miamis in the rap game and R&B game. They're all on TikTok, Facebook, or what have you. How come the men don't ask women out on dates? The men don't like to pay for no wine. Y'all grandmama told y'all why the cow, you get the milk, the milk, the milk, no shaky for free. So, finesse 2 times. Y'all hear me? So, for those of you who try to attack NDRE, I already know you're coming from. You're coming from, as old folks would say in the church, from the depths of hell. You're a sick, nasty, ignorant, low brow, low vibration, uh, bottom feeding son of a bitch. You are disgusting. Because NDRE is the last person anybody should have any criticisms for. Again, that woman don't bother nobody. But here, where are the other women in Neo Soul coming out about this shit? I mean, Carisha or Young Miami isn't about, she's not a Neo Soul artist, but so let me, where are the other women of class? I mean, y'all swear the black women are so powerful. Women are black women, but y'all don't come out when y'all need to come out. Y'all know that's out of line. Y'all know these little chicks in rap music nasty as crap. We've already said the men are filthy. That's been established. So what is it about criticism being lobbied at in the direction of women who behave badly? Why is that looked at as being such a bad thing? Where are the women? Why does it appear to be in the RE only? Why the rest of y'all women are so silent? Those of you supposed to have class. I've even read comments online with women say, well, I'm married. I got a husband. I got 4 kids, and my husband don't want for nothing. But, ain't nothing really wrong with the song. I just make sure our kids don't listen to it. You hear that shit? Like Cardi B, with her nasty behind. Even though she's not black, but she sells to black audience. Remember when she was doing her wet ass coochie and her in this up song in that video she was in, and her little daughter came in the room. She damn near broke the goddamn CD, trying to turn it off so her little child can listen to her very own. But y'all don't think hell is near. So I need y'all to lay off NDRE and you can't. Yeah, NDRE is the shit. The secretary to God. When you go into the office, you got to come through her. Come on, somebody. Yeah. I just saw that. I said, wow, these people are weird. And they can't debate anything she said because they said it was right. But I'm just looking at the women. Where the women at? Hey, ladies, where y'all at? Why aren't y'all online with the same fervor that y'all come and knock yourself down when y'all think a black male has done something? Y'all think Trump has done something. Why aren't y'all this is the bitch that's destroying the generation. Her and others like her, be it the Megan Thee Stallion, be it the Cardi bitches, the Megan the Stupids, all these little tramps. But again, let me speak to the man in me. Hey, it is what it is. On a Friday night, you'll love your little simple-minded tramp that loves these little whores as rappers. They make the light go a lot smoother. Yeah, bro, come on in with your mental booty shorts on. Come on in with your mental coochie cutters on. Come on in with your mental low-cut blouse where your breasts show up under your chin. Come on in, little mama, with your mental short skirts. Because that's what a lot of these chicks are, mental booty shorts. And that's why you can't get a decent sentence or a sense of morality out of a lot of these young women today. And let me get to the part where I know, I've always said it as an observation, but I think it's been confirmed. Black people don't like black kids. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Because while they were, they were doing videos, they were talking about NDRE's commentary, you know, they also showed video after video with little kids. One was on a school bus, a school trip. They had another one that some parents in their own personal car had little kids under the age of 12 singing, spend that shit, saying the cuss words. And it was grown black people just giggling like a Cheshire cat. Because your little kids who probably don't even read on their grade level can say, spend that shit. Where my blah, blah, blah boosting bitches at? Where my scamming N-words at? Isn't that something? Y'all, too many in my community are destroying black kids. And I want to say black people act like they don't like black kids. They introduce them to everything, anything. Drug use, over-sexualization, domestic violence, poverty, disgusting music and movies and shit on TV. Yeah, there was kids watching that disgusting ass TV show called P-Valley. Children. And baddies and all this kind of stuff. We're screwed. So, Lord have mercy. Children reciting the lyrics. MTV, this year they tried to give BET, the benefit of the doubt. They had that little cartoon by the name of Drewski hosting the show. He was just in him little corny, goofy, cartoonish self. He's a cartoon. But also the tributes to D'Angelo and Lauryn Hill were great. But see, one thing about BET, let me tell you something about BET. You ain't trusted the BET Awards. Because their foundation is ratchet and trash. It's been the foundation of BET Awards. Not in its inception, but in the last 10 years. It's just been trash, ghetto trash, lesbianism trash, LGBT trash. Just tattoos and blunts and pantagging and hoes and just trash. But then they'll throw some positive things like something with Lauryn Hill, but they'll save them for the end after you'd have been inundated with a bunch of trash. They have just a complete, positive, dignified, uh, um, above board award show. That means that a lot of artists that they're nominating or celebrating are fucking trash. So maybe one day they'll shut the BET Award down and clear it all the way out and start over from scratch. Trash. That's why that's just never bothered to watch the whole show. I go on YouTube and I watch performances, but I don't watch the whole show because it's a bunch of nonsense. I think I've aged out of BET Awards. Now, who'd have thought that? I've watched the Oscars, I've watched American Music Awards, I've watched the People's Choice, so I watched all that, all up to my big age of 57. But I think I have aged out of BET Awards. It's on BET because it is trash. Pure trash. So NDRE, I love you. I swear I do good. And a lot of people love you. That's why they're not getting away with how they're trying to come at you. And because it's unnecessary. Just accept what y'all refer to it now as auntie. Accept the lesson that auntie has bestowed upon you and say thank you. I will do better. Nah, little arrogant satanic minions. You're not gonna do it because you weren't raised right. No home training. Anyway, I am ready for love. Why are you hiding from me? I give all my attention I'm in captivity. I am ready for love. Well, I'm saying, who can't? Oh, anyway, I'm out, y'all. Y'all be cool. It's your man Rico. Rico their penis. Please like and share. I'll talk to y'all in the future.